And joining us now to discuss cartels and the violence at the border is Mayor Victor Trevino of Laredo, Texas. Mayor, it's good to see you again. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So we know that Florida Governor and GOP hopeful Ron DeSantis just recently said this week he would send U.S. Special Forces over the border to strike the cartels on his first day in office. What is your reaction to that?
Well, this is something that if they do that, that's invading another country. And I think we have to look at other issues. I guess some of the people are calling a border crisis with cartels. We have been living here all our lives, and we always know that cartels have been existing, especially since we're the largest land port in the United States. Now, the cartels and human trafficking is something that we have to learn to deal with. And I cross constantly into Mexico and have visited these migrant camps and know how much they pay to get to the border. And the formula for addressing these issues has always been talking and working with Mexican counterparts and getting law enforcement up to date and synchronized, because this cannot be achieved without their help. It has to be a coordinated effort.
Yeah.
And remember, the majority of these migrants are coming from South America, and they're desperate, and even from Haiti. They have been kidnapped, extorted, placed in slavery, so they come with a wide range of trauma and medical issues, and sometimes we don't have the resources to address that. So whatever we can do to assist with medication and volunteer, we can do it. But at the end of the day, these federal issues are becoming our local issues. So we need comprehensive immigration reform, basically.
Mayor, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you speaking of the nuance and the human side and toll of all of this as well. So just to be clear, you do not believe that U.S. Special Forces, U.S. boots on the ground targeting cartels directly is the best first response, that it is not the best outcome?
No, I don't think that would be the best response, because there's a lot of other things that can be done. Coordination and to deal with these cartels, and basically they fight with each other. They really don't fight with the normal citizens. It's a drug war between themselves, and whatever they do to exploit the migrants, that's another issue they do. To obtain money, they charge these migrants. So these are things that have to be targeted rather than just sending military and wiping everything out. This is a thing you have to live here and work here to know what's really going on.
Yeah, is there any concern that border towns could see blowback from U.S. military involvement with cartels in Mexico?
It would be something that has to be seen. You know, we have a lot of issues here. The cartels do their thing, they do their business, and that's what they focus on. They don't focus on targeting normal citizens. That's a reality, and the perception that people have from other places is not exactly what is the situation. We know exactly what's going on here, and we know that dealing and coordinating with our counterparts and getting some cooperation back and forth is the way to deal with this problem.
Yeah, and I do know that last week we were doing some reporting on Border Patrol saying that they were fired at as they were trying to apprehend some undocumented migrants. I do want to ask you specifically about cartels. For example, cartels like the Jalisco reportedly having units now dedicated to drones that carry explosives. What is your concern about cartel tactics today?
Well, we know they're getting more and more sophisticated, and they're using these drones against each other, basically. But that's a thing. As long as there's drugs that are consumed in our country, the law of supply and demand will always be there. So we have to always learn to use education here so people will not consume the drugs that are sold. Law of supply and demand, I have always stressed that. You know, it's not a good thing that people are crossing drugs over and selling them and making a profit and getting people sick and dying. But it is just as important to educate our youth not to consume drugs. And I think that's an effort that has to be stressed more.
Okay. Mayor Victor Trevino of Laredo, Texas, your point is well taken. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.